Hello there again, everybody. This is going to be Jund League number 62. This is the exact same list as 61, which was recorded just moments before this one. Really exciting to be pumping out a lot of leagues, because I'm really excited to be playing Modern right now because we are just days after the banned and restricted announcement that banned Uro, Mystic Sanctuary, Field of the Dead, Tybalt's Trickery, and the other thing. Simian Spirit Guide. That's the one. So Modern has been completely shooketh, and hopefully for the better. And so far it looks like for the better. I guess one thing I forgot to do before starting the video is I need to pull up the Modern metagame as it sits today. MTG Modern Meta. Got it quick saved. Alright, so this is what we're looking at currently. Blitz in at first, followed by Hammer Time and Burn. And then following those top three, we've just got more mid-rangey, more control, and more combo decks. So of the top 15 cards here, things that I don't want to see are, it's really just limited to Dredge and Tron. Outside of those two, I expect to have decent matchups versus the rest of the top 15, which is encouraging. And I'm excited to see what we face this time. I won't spoil what record I just finished with in the previous league. So if you want to, if you want to know that, you'll have to watch the previous recording, which is currently uploading. It should be uploaded by the end of the time that I'm done with this league. It should be done in like half an hour actually, so it'll be up pretty soon. And I also gave my reasoning in that video for all of my card selection choices. I'll give you the TLDR version here, which is I'm not convinced that any of this is the best orientation. I'm just trying to try as many different new and exciting things as possible to figure out what has the best feel. But what I will say is after trying 3 orientations so far, including this one has felt the best. And the star experiment here is that I'm not playing Ren and 6 and I'm playing 4 copies of Dark Confidant. So that's the one amazing thing to point out. And everything else is the exact same as the previous video, which again should be uploaded within a half an hour. If you're watching currently here on Twitch, which is a good number of you, you can see all of my previously recorded videos at this YouTube name right here. All of my info is right there. Alright, so let's just go ahead and jump into this league and see what kind of damage we can do. I've been live for 3 hours now. And for those who are newer here or just haven't seen the deck list yet, it's obviously right in front of you. But if you type !deck in chat, just like this, the deck list will pop up. And it says 61 there, even though this is League 62, and that's because the lists are identical. So I didn't rename it, it's just the same list. Alright, let us go first. Alright, this hand's acceptable. It's on the low end of exciting. We've got the Bolt for early interaction. If we're playing against like Burn or Prowess where I want to keep my life total high, I'll lead on the Blackleaf Cliff so I can Bolt painlessly. Godless Shrine, that's not very common. Alright, I guess I'll Ravine now. There's probably not much that I wish that Bolt doesn't hit, that Decay doesn't hit at this stage. Moorland's not great. Let's just continue playing our untapped lands. Now we have Bolt and Decay up. Martyr. Okay, so it looks like some kind of Soul Sister strategy. I could just bolt this out of the way. I think I'm just gonna Bloodbraid here. Bloodbraid could just hit removal. Missing 3 points of damage isn't gonna mean a whole lot when the opponent's gaining an absurd amount of life. So I'll just untap and save these things for more important things. More lands is pretty horrid. Gonna have to stop drawing those. I think we're 3 for 3 on drawing lands so far. Thoughtseize, sure. I played against this deck earlier. They were playing like that Moth. So they've got 2 Wraths, Kami of False Hope, and 2 Path to Exiles. Alright, well, the Paths are going to get rid of my stuff, but so will the Judgments. My creatures aren't sticking around for long, is the moral of the story. So maybe I should just take the unique thing. This is a Fog. I mean, I kind of just want to take a Path. I'll force them to use their more expensive removal spells. Like, the Kami I just really don't care a whole lot about. Gain 14, or sorry, 12. 3 times 4. Ranger? Crap, that's got to be their best draw. So they'll probably just get like 2, what's it, souls? The 5/5 flying lifelink. So I imagine they're doing like Squadron Hawk shenanigans as well. Now they want to get Speaker of the Heavens. And another Martyr. Just keep gaining life. Alright, well, it's not a land. That's nice. I think I'm just gonna take threats here. Probably a Speaker. I don't particularly care about the Martyr or the Kami. I'm just gonna save the removal spells for the important things. So I'm gonna continue to take important things to ensure I've got removal for the stuff going forward. And I don't really want to have to bolt this Ranger. So I guess I'll hold back. I'll block if they want to offer it. And I think I'll get Stomping Ground for second green here. I've already got lots of black and red. No real reason to get Blood Crypt. Yep, we knew about that one. 2 pretty anemic draws so far. So I'll get the Stomping Ground. Say no. Untap and just try to hit like Bloodbraids and Lilianas. More lands, not what the doctor ordered. Sorin. Alright, that's brutal. Especially because I don't have a way to attack it. This has just been a real anemic draw. Alright, they are returning something. Okay, well that at least lets me bolt this thing. And then I can decay the Speaker. This is getting bolted no matter what. Let's just do it now. Then I guess I should just untap and decay this. But I mean, I should just do it now, right? It's gonna happen. Let's just do it now. I suppose I could draw like a better answer to it, but there aren't that many in the deck. I'm not playing Ren and 6. Bolt, that doesn't do much. Land go. This is the opponent's hand. We know it all. Not gonna bolt this 1/1. Let's take yet another land out of the deck. Running out of lands in the deck. Excellent. Alright. Let's run it. Leave up one of each duel, why not? Seasoned Pyromancer. Let's cast it. I guess with this on the stack, I could Lightning Bolt. What do I value more? The Bolt or an Elemental? I think I'm just going to kill this now. To force the issue. Like, the 1/1 I don't think is going to mean anything, but that forcing them to use this might be good. They revealed Winds of Abandon as the card we didn't know about. You'll gain 15. Goyf Croxa. Croxa's a good one. I guess I'll attack first to see if maybe they want to path this for whatever reason. Alright, so we're finally drawn out of it. They want to path it now? Sure. I guess that makes it so I can't have them discard another card. There goes Akame. They have many good draws. Like, I'm assuming they're playing Proclamation of Rebirth. They can probably have more Ranger of Eoses. So I want to avoid those. Just killing everything now. Yep. There goes Day of Judgment. And Liliana is asymmetrical right now, so let's definitely do that. Wow. That was best case. Into Tarmogoyf, okay. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. Let's attack first. Maybe this influences the opponent's decision. Got a lot of work to do. Liliana is just a nice way of applying pressure that doesn't get killed by a Wrath. There goes the Winds. Alright, we're doing the thing. We had a very anemic start. We got a little flooded early on, but the opponent had all of their removal when we had none of our creatures to pair them with. There goes the Wrath, so they've got 2 unknowns. They can still draw like Ranger or something and have me be very behind. We drew a land. Not good. They played a land, so they're going to have to discard their last card. And we've got Seasoned Pyromancer in the yard to get at least something going. Interesting that they didn't care to keep the path. Like, they could have not played the land. I don't think I'm going to ultimate on just nothing. I'll play the Ravine. Plus. Path, sure. Say yes. Is that all of the paths? Attack for 1. Put you at 39. The opponent's playing Commander over here. We're playing Modern. Alright, that's 1 path, 2 path, 3 path, 4. That's literally all of them. Alright. We're doing well now. That's all 4, yep. Each player discards. Ravine time. Oh, we're gonna pull off the Jund trick here. Anyone ever double activated a Raging Ravine? It actually matters. Raging Ravine is the only land where the way it's templated, it gains the ability put a +1/+1 counter on it each time you activate it. So if you activate it twice, you actually get 2 counters. Fun fact. Oh, did you Field of Ruin? Fair. All right, well, we're out of basics. Seasoned Pyromancer, excellent draw. Heard of it in the old wives' tales. All right, well, that's true. It does actually work. All right, we're drawing hot now, but I think that's because like we're almost out of lands to draw, right? All right, is it worth even ultimating here just to get the opponent off of lands? It honestly might be. The plus isn't doing anything here. And like if the opponent draws like Ranger Captain, they could Ranger Captain and deploy a bunch of stuff. So an ultimate might not actually be crazy here. And like they have to Field of Ruin in response as well. Or else we can heavily favor the non-Field of Ruin pile such that they lose the field, but they're being smart and they're just doing it here. Alright, so I could just do this, cut them off of a color. Yeah, let's do that. Do you want your lands or do you want colors? It's possible I should just be splitting it 4-4 because like I said, a Ranger Captain is still a mild worry. And maybe I don't actually play this because the opponent is playing so many Wrath of Gods. So I think I'll actually hold it in case the opponent finds another Wrath. Go. Yeah, usually this much mana is not common. It is this time. You asked me on turn 3 if I thought I was winning this game. Probably would have said no. But I mean, we've drawn pretty well since drawing lots of lands, so. And like I said, like we could have very easily lost this game, but we saw the opponent's hand early was literally just paths and wraths, and that didn't do anything versus our 0 creatures. So we were able to buy a lot of time. Sword of Light and Shadow. Yep. Alright, well, we're going to push this Stoneforge off a cliff. Pulse. Yeah, I should probably just pulse the sword. And then I'll play the Dark Confidant because otherwise I'm discarding it. I do want to load up another removal spell. So since I would be discarding Bob anyway, I'll just play it. Like, everything will die to a Wrath. So we're going to hope to avoid one of those. Crazy game, though. Actually, let's not yield. Because if they Wrath us, I'm going to want to activate Seasoned Pyromancer at the end step. But they didn't. Kolaghan's Command Fatal Push, pretty good. We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 right now. If I Kolaghan's Command back a Bloodbraid, that's 14. It's still not lethal. So I think I'm just going to save the Kolaghan's Command for a draw step opponent discards. And then it's possible, in fact, probably correct to not plus there just because all of the removal is good and it's unlikely this Liliana needs to do anything more than Edict once more. Oh, it's Emiria, right? At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 7 or more planes, they don't though. Yeah. They like get to bring something back. Alright, so we're playing against Soul Sisters. Plague Engineer. Brutality is just another removal spell. Yeah, they were on Wrath or Bust, but we had the Kolaghan's Command for the draw step, so not even that would work. Huntmaster could be interesting. If we have another game like that, it would be very good. Opponent is on Emiria and probably Proclamation of Rebirth, so Spellbomb might be fine in that regard. It's interesting whether or not I want Brutality just as another kill spell. Let's see how many things I want to take out. Inquisitions and Thoughtseizes are going to get a lot weaker. I kind of want to just take out a bunch of those. What happens if I take out all of them and some number of Lilianas? Lilianas do get weaker when they're flooding the board. This would have me needing to bring 3 in, so maybe I do just bring in the Brutalities, just because they're targeted, which is probably better than Liliana. Run it. I think I'm keeping it. This is like on the edge of a mulligan. I need to not draw lands. Goyf is a fine pickup. I'm pretty sure I'm getting a Spellbomb down here. Maybe Huntmaster over Pyromancer. Don't we have both of them in? Oh, we don't bring in the Huntmaster. Yeah, it's possible. I guess I'm just going to Fetch Shock Blood Crypt, get in my Spellbomb. Next turn I can Shock for a Stomping Ground. I guess I should Stomping Ground to play the Mire, right? The Spellbomb. Because if I draw like Blackleaf Cliffs, it makes the ceiling on Blackleaf Cliffs higher. Bob, I'm playing that. Maybe I should Brutality to clear the way to make sure that the Dark Confidant actually gets to live. I think I'm actually going to play the Tarmogoyf first as bait. Like, I don't expect this Tarmogoyf to live very long. I think whatever I'm playing here isn't living very long. I think I'm going to want this Brutality to actually kill something. Oh, they didn't path it immediately. Ranger. Ranger is a good one. So if I Croxa here and they discard a non-creature, non-land, I can outsize the Ranger Captain with the Goyf to keep it off of my back. I mean, or I could just draw a Fatal Push. I'm pretty likely to just use the Brutality on the Hangerback if they make it a 2/2. I don't want to fetch basics if I can avoid it, because they're a Path Field of Ruin deck, but I do want to keep my life total high so the Bob can do maximum damage. So I think I'm going to get a Swamp here. And then I think I am going to... Actually, I need to fetch first, right? Well, if the opponent sacrifices this in response to a fetch, I wouldn't have to have used the Fatal Push anyway. So I'll Croxa first. So the opponent discards without the information. Or I guess now that the Tarmogoyf got to live, I guess now would be the time to play the Bob. So let's do that, actually. Like, I wanted to maybe play the Croxa because... sorry, the Croxa, because then the Goyf might outsize the Ranger. But I'm going to probably push the Ranger anyway. Like, I could have gotten an attack in, but maybe I want to use the push on something bigger. Alright, let's just get a Swamp and push this thing then. pop. Yeah, activate that when I'm tapped out. Okay. I mean, a 2/2 hanger back would be annoying. Alright, so they were just, what's the word? Disciplined. Let's get more red. Yeah, Huntmaster on the play is nice. I think I will bring it in for the next game. Oh, hey, we drew Bloodbraid. That's got to be good. Let's just jam that. Get some pressure on. Kolagon's command. I guess you discard, shock you. I can kill my own artifact, but I won't. You. And then Peatland will let me hold up Spellbomb. Now let's attack. So if I lose this game by like 3 points of damage, I'll note that I did forgo an attack if I wanted to push on my own turn. Wrath. Ranger. Yep. That's a good one. Do I want to Spellbomb here just to find some action? Would it shrink Goyf at all? I don't actually have creature, so it would take creature out. Goyf's 4/5 currently? 3/4 actually. Giant Killer Martyr. Alright, taking creature out actually fine. We will add artifact. If I want to Brutality the Ranger, I'll be growing it again. They didn't play the Martyr though. So maybe that means another Path to Exile. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna pop this, try to find the action. Because like my stuff is probably gonna be dying. I'm gonna want things to replace them with. And there's a thing to replace them with. So do I just jam Bloodbraid first, or do I want to get this out of the way, play Croxa? I think I want to get this out of the way, play Croxa. I want the creatures in play to continue to be good, and then if they like Wrath of God me, I'll have the Bloodbraid as a follow-up. So a good question now is, do I want to escalate this at all, just to like drain the opponent and try to push damage faster? If they've got Path, they get rid of this. I hit them for 3, which puts them to 8. This means this puts them to 6. So if this hits exactly Bolt, it would quicken the clock. That's a lot that would have to go right. I think I kind of just want to get this Croaks in the yard for the potential escaping next turn. I could also just like discard Blackleaf. Like I feel like this Blackleaf Cliffs, it's kind of free to discard to the Brutality. So let's like kill this, drain them. If I duress them to try to take a path, they'll just do it in response. So yeah, let's 2-mode it. Drain, -2/-2, cast, you. All of that worked? Alright, well, I guess I'll cast Croxa. Okay. They have a lot to worry about now that they're 1. Martyr was maybe their way to climb back into it. I'm curious as to what could be happening here. Sure. I mean, if they just play a creature, we win. If they play 2 creatures, then it could get harder. Emiria. So, at the beginning of the game, if you control 7 or more planes, return target creature from graveyard to the battlefield. So there are 2 lands off of that. Alright, I mean, I'm going to go haste creature. They didn't have the path last turn. They didn't have the push either. So I guess they don't have it now unless they've just found it. Alright, cool. They didn't have it. Sick. Want to know. Perfection. Yorian revealed. Alright, well this hand doesn't do enough. Let's ship. This hand's better. Keep. I think I'm just gonna bottom the ravine. I want all my lands coming in untapped. I've got a 1-2-3 curve going. And then I think I'm gonna... I need this Verdant to get a black source. I want to have the option of casting Bolt on turn 1, which makes my lands a little awkward. Not so much anymore. Alright, so I guess I'll go Verdant. Actually, that was a mistake. I should have played the Mire, because I've already got the Mountain in my hand, so the Mire is the worst fetch. So I can get Stomping Ground, though, and then this will probably get swamped to play Liliana. If I need to cast Bolt on one, that is. Abzan. This will be fun. Take this off. Maybe a combo deck? Could be like a Nahiri. Not Nahiri. The Copycat thing is what I'm trying to think of. Yeah, Saheeli. There you go. Alright, so now I think I'll just get Overgrown Tomb. Since I didn't have to bolt here. And then I'll play Mountain, play Kroxa. Or should I play Goyf just to get the pressure going? Their hand is so stocked. I think I'm going to play the Goyf. And then next turn, if they don't have... If they play the Saheeli here, I'll maybe need to hold up the Bolt so I don't just die to a Copycat. Okay. So I'll need to not just die to a Copycat. I mean, this is a 1-2. They don't know that I can actually just kill the Saheeli. Kolaghan's Command is interesting. I think I'll play the Kroxa and then Lightning Bolt the Saheeli. I'll Kroxa first so they discard without the information that I plan on killing Saheeli. Unfortunately, unless the opponent discards a card with 2 types that aren't creature or land, ooh, it's Niv, then this doesn't get to kill the Saheeli just outright. So let's just shock this, say yes. Bolt the Saheeli. We could bolt the opponent, but then we can still just die to Copycat. Now Goyf is very large. Shock. Cat. Alright, bounce that. I mean, we can Liliana Edict the Guardian. Gonna have a hard time just beating like an actual Niv Mizzet. Teferi is also gonna be annoying. Yikes. Bob is a good one, but I need to kill this cat. Doubt the opponent is playing Force of Negation. Smack for what is it? 5? 4. No sorcery is the common one we're missing. Here comes the Tefers. I mean, we can Kolaghan's Command to finish it off. Oh, they've got the Niv. I mean, they did discard one. I guess it makes sense they've got another. How lucky can we get? Oh, they just have... that's a Niv too. So many windows. So they can't take Cat, they can't take Triome, they can't take Valky, not Oath. They've got Bring Delight, they've got 2 Teferis now, not that. Because I don't know what they took between Kaya's Guile and like actual Kaya. They took Kaya's Guile, so not Kaya. Alright, so we're gonna have to find a way to kill this Niv and then grind through everything else, which is gonna be very difficult. Pyromancer? Not quite. I mean, we've got an attack. If they want to block, we can call Gun's Command to finish it off. It's not really where we want to be, but it's about the only thing I can do at the moment. I mean, if they take this hit, they're going to 7, which is scary for them. So they might just want to block. They're so ahead on resources, they probably just should. We could not have, like, added a type to make this just bigger. They're not blocking. Alright, well, I think I'm wanting to play the Pyromancer here to just... The way we probably win this game is some number of burn spells. Lightning Helix and Kaya's Guile could complicate that. But I mean, Kolaghan's Command's not doing much better, and playing Bob is not going to beat all of these things. So I guess I'm playing Seasoned Pyromancer and a plus first. I might want the extra elemental. Like, the odds both of my cards end up being good are pretty low. So yeah, maybe I play the Pyromancer like just to get the extra elemental, and then I'll plus afterwards. Or I mean, I guess I get to play everything. Like, I can get Swamp here, just cast this Kroxa, then plus. There goes the Teferi. They've got another one. They discarded the card that can be literally anything in their deck. Not a good feeling. Not the mode I would have guessed would be used. I guess Lightning Helix is still going to make my hopeful draw of a burn spell be bad. Yeah. So they've got Kaya's Guile. Actually, they used that one. So they've got Teferi and 2 others. And they're not attacking. Okay. I mean, Goyf is thick. This is a 5/6. Still doesn't quite trade. I don't think we can realistically add anything. So Goyf go. It's interesting that they didn't just discard Teferi. Like, Bring to Light's got to be better than Teferi, right? Now they want to get in. Not great. I mean, I guess I'm gonna jam. I have to just not care about this Teferi. They didn't put they didn't put the Yorion in their hand, so I have to be concerned that they've got another spell, which I mean isn't far fetched. Goif. Ravine. Go. Helix. Crap. Alright, so we're just dead. They can attack me. Alright, so 5-color Niv. Wildfire is interesting. Plague Engineer makes it so I cannot die to the Copycat combo because all of their cats will be O3s, which don't attack for very much. Brutality can take stuff like Bring to Light, Kaya's Guile. I mean, there's a lot of good targets for this. So Brutality might just be worth it, but it might not be worth it over Inquisitions and Thoughtseizes. And if the game is going to go long, like, even Huntmaster is a consideration. So let's put, like, all of the maybes over here. Come on. Alright, there we go. So these are all the maybes. I think I'm going to cut some number of Inquisitions. The pushes really aren't going to be doing much. I guess, like, it helps kill the combo pieces. Like, pushes are probably actually better than bolts, but bolts can kill the planeswalkers, which are nice. Let's trim a bolt. I think I'm going to trim Tarmogoyf. Like, they can pretty easily kill the Tarmogoyfs. So, I think I'm going to try to just lean on my more card advantage-y threats. Also, Kolaghan's command is looking pretty weak, huh? Like, they don't have any artifacts. Them discarding a card isn't going to be relevant. So, like, the two relevant modes are going to be 2 damage to a target, return a creature. But my creatures don't die all that often. I mean, everything else does seem pretty good, though. Maybe Liliana isn't strong enough, but Liliana is one of my good ways to kill a Niv Mizzet. So maybe I'm just over sideboarding and I should be cutting some stuff. Against the 5-color deck, I think I want the Wildfires. Just to at least try to make their mana a little awkward. Brutality, I think, is the cutest thing. I think I definitely want all of these others. Just, like, do that. Yeah, I could be convinced. Let's go first. Give me that keeper. Not quite. Not great. I mean, I guess I'll bottom a swamp. And then Verdant can plan on getting a Blood Crypt, first red and second black for Liliana. Consideration to maybe playing Swamp first, because, like, Swamp can push whatever bird they play here, except for that one. And then it's like, maybe we want the fetch lands to combo for Revolt later on, but I think that's unlikely to come up. I mean, this is actually fine because we've got the Cleansing Wildfire, so this is actually not that bad. Again, Blood Crypt, first black, second red, or sorry, other way around. Second black, first red. I'll play a non-black land here to try to make the Liliana as big as a surprise as I can. Need a spell, please. Let's Bloodbraid. Let's draw a Bloodbraid or a Huntmaster. I mean, a threat's a threat. So they got second forest with their opponent says rude. Triome. I mean, I guess I'm gonna Liliana, start going after the resources. I can ditch just, like, Verdant. Maybe I should fetch Shock an Overgrown Tomb and discard Swamp, because if I find Kroxa, I need cards in the graveyard, and fetching and playing and discarding Swamp has one extra card in the yard. I don't think this is going to be like a life total race. So I actually think I will pay 3 life Just add a card into the graveyard. And then I think I'm just ditching this swamp. I may want to cycle this for a spell. It'll be unfortunate, like, if I draw exactly Bloodbraider Huntmaster and I can't play it on curve. But, I mean, I've got Goyf anyway. Sure. Annoying. It's going to make my Liliana a lot worse. But, I mean, Goyf can pressure this pretty well. And Inquisition's an interesting draw. I think I want to plus the Liliana first, discard Fatal Push. They're discarding without the information that I'm going to Inquisition them. So we'll plus, discard a push, play Inquisition, then play Tarmogoyf, then play my land. Oh, I just bricked. Unfortunate. I guess it happens. Go. Missing feels really, really bad here. But they didn't discard the thing I would have been able to take, so I didn't get bitten in that way. Yeah, I mean, we kind of could have guessed that they had Wrenn and 6. But, I mean, Wildfire is still probably fine even though they have it. Like, it has upside when it's great, and when it's bad, it'll still cycle. So, like, being great or being neutral is still something that I think I'm okay having in the deck. How big is Goyf? 4/5? We're just short of killing the Wrenn. Not what I wanted to see. I mean, there's a chance they discard a card that grows our Goyf significantly enough, so I guess I'll play this plus this. I mean, they'll probably be smart and not. If they discard creature, I do actually get to just kill the Wrenn and 6. They didn't. Alright. Well, I think I'm still going after the Wrenn, because that way if they want to keep me off of ultimate, they have to lose the Wrenn anyway, because they have to minus. I mean, I guess the logic is they get to Guardian it back anyway. They don't have white. No, they do. They just haven't used it yet. Sure. Alright, so they're going to bring the light then, huh? Yeah, this matchup I think is rough. It's not impossible, but it's pretty rough. This is like a Niv. It's funny, because if they Niv here, I think I'm just going to minus to kill it. Omnath. Jeez, yeah. I mean, I might just minus to kill that. I mean, if I minus to kill it, I can also kill the Wrenn and 6. Let's see if I draw Bloodbraid. Bloodbraid, Bloodbraid, Bloodbraid. Bloodbraid, damn it. So if I ultimate, what does that even look like? I can give him like a land, Omnath, Wrenn and 6. I mean, Tarmogoyf is bigger. So I mean, I could attack first, see if they let me kill the Wrenn and 6. Because like if they play any fetch land, they have all of the mana in the world anyway. Yeah, I think I'm minusing. And then I'll play the land. If I draw another land, I'll wish I didn't have to plus it out, so I'll just play it. Is it a kitty? We die if they have Saheeli. Like if they play kitty, blink a land just to untap it and then have Saheeli, we do die, but I was never beating that. I guess I could have ultimated to keep him off of the lands. Alright, we're dead. One and one. Yes. I don't think I'm going to keep this. We've got the cave to be cycled, but Bolt in the Goyf I don't think is going to be good enough most of the time. We need some extras. This hand is slow, but I'll keep it. Is it Shadow? Targeted me. Polluted Delta. I'm thinking Grixis. Thing to do? Thing to do? Not quite. They didn't fetch. They land light? Yeah, I'm thinking Shadow. Damn. Alright, well, they're going to see a handful of good stuff. They'll probably just take Liliana, though. This will get Overgrown Tomb to complete the Trifecta. Yeah. There goes Pyromancer, probably. Just because it's the unique thing. I mean, I have Kolaghan's Command to buy it back. Which I think I'm going to do immediately because I don't want to get Stubborn Denialed. Or any counterspell for that matter. It could even be Drown on the Lock. Inquisition's a nice one, but I think I'm still going to just buy back Pyromancer. And I guess have the opponent discard. So again, trying to play around Stubborn Denial. This matchup should be pretty close, I would guess, assuming this is Grixis Shadow. Yeah, Tarn, probably Grixis. I guess they play like Island Swamp, so Tarn doesn't actually reveal anything. I guess it does, because this gets Blood Crypt. So yeah, that's gotta be Grixis. Got the Angler. Alright. Alright, can we draw Liliana? Liliana would be the nuts. Not quite. I could Inquisition and then just follow up with the Seasoned Pyromancer, which is looking like what I want to do. So they've got the Stub. They got a Shadow, they've got a Snapcaster. Their hand's very good. I think I need to take the Stubborn Denial because it most efficiently answers the card I really want to find, which is Liliana. Shadow is concerning because it's just another threat, but Stubborn Denial is gonna really put me behind. You want me to take the Snap? The Snap is the worst card in the hand right now because they don't have lands to combo with. Like, taking Stubborn Denial means that I'm giving them a target for it. I think Stubborn Denial is still the worst thing for me. And then this needs to get red. Do I need more black? No, probably not. Let's save the life. You take the Snap every day? I think that's the last card I'm taking, to be honest. Alright, I'll just start blocking. Alright, Myra's the new card. They didn't play anything. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna go land Pyromancer. They could drown it. Sure. Do I attack? Yeah, why not? They've got Shadow, but they can deploy it anyway because of the Bloodstained Mire. Take hit. So Abrupt Decay would be nice. I've got the Pyromancer in the yard. That's nice too. So their hand is Snapcaster something. Alright, so it's just Snapcaster. So they're gonna have Snap, Stub. Leaving them with Stub would have still had Stub available, so I guess I'm shocking to activate Seasoned Pyromancer from the yard. I could attack with Ravine, but they just eat it, so that's not really happening. I think I'm just taking 10. Like, they have Snap Stub available. If I exile Season's Pyromancer, activate Ravine, I have exactly 8 powers worth of attacks, but Snapcaster jumps in front of something. So I think I'm on the buy time plan as opposed to the attacking plan. And then doesn't matter what I block. I could just go to 1. I mean, but then I'm dead to anything connecting. I think I'll block 1, so that way I go to 6, and I still have the option to block an Angler at least once, or at least let an Angler through at least once. Yikes! I needed like a Blood Braid or something there. Am I sending in with anything? Let's send him with Pyromancer. I have the Ravine to block still. Bolt me. Okay, if they drew Bolt, then I was never winning. Grixis a Shadow. Huntmaster. This stops Snapcaster and can pinch Anglers. They don't play that many basics, so Wildfire is funny, but I don't think good enough. And the Plague Engineer is just gonna kill something most of the time. I like cutting a Bolt at least. I think these Kolaghan's commands are gonna be a bit slow, so maybe shave 1. I mean, everything else seems good though. Let's cut the Thought Seizes. I like keeping some number of Inquisitions to try to get things through Stubborn Denial, so maybe I keep like 2 or 3. I like that line, Big Daddy Snow. Alright, I need 2 more cuts. Is it just the 2 other bolts? I like being able to have something to reach to threaten throwing points at the opponent's face if they get too low. And the issue is the bolt just never really kills anything. I mean, if I take the bolts out, my only reach damage is like the haste from Bloodbraid and the one Kolaghan's command. I think I'm gonna want literally anything else more often than I want like 3 points to the face. You like K command because regrow a creature? I think I'm off of it only because 3 mana is a lot to trade with a 1 mana or a 2 mana counter spell. And additionally, the 2 damage mode just really isn't going to do a whole lot. The only relevant mode seems like regrow a creature. That doesn't seem efficient or good enough to me. Like, grinding is fine, but that's the whole deck. Like, every other card in the deck, like Liliana, Bloodbraid, Huntmaster, Dark Confidant, they all grind way better than just 1 Kolaghan's command. Like, I'll keep 1, but I don't think 2 is really necessary. Don't think I can keep this. I can keep this. And I think I'm going to bottom Kroxa here. I'm going to want this to stymie a quick Gurmag Angler. I've got the Liliana for the Gurmag Angler, but if I can stop an Angler and then use the Liliana on something else, I just want to buy more time. I think my late game is probably better. I really want to keep the Bloodbraid, so let's keep the Bloodbraid. And if they have Thoughtseize, I'll probably just take the Thoughtseize. We've got Fatal Push, Opt, Snapcaster, Thought Scour, lands. Alright, I think now I will just take the Snapcaster. It's the most powerful card out of the bunch. If I will have wished to take the Fatal Push if I draw like Goyf or Bob immediately. But I mean, Snapcaster can flashback either of those anyway. I guess I have the Nile Spellbomb to compete with that, so maybe that's even wrong. Land? Cool. So this will plan on getting Stomping Ground unless I for whatever reason decide I need to activate this. I guess if they Thought Scour here and this fetch, so if they shock, they'll be able to get an Angler into play. But if they tap out for an Angler, I'll just Liliana it. So it feels fine either way. They're not even doing it, so I guess they could still like Thought Scour into it, or cast Thought Scour then cast an Angler. In which case I'll just Liliana it. They bend another Snappy, okay. And shock. Angler. Inquisition, no! Alright, well now that Liliana is down, I do think I really want to activate the Spell Bomb, because I can't really beat an Angler right now. I do really want to get Stomping Ground with this, though, which means I wouldn't get the card. Is it okay to just get Overgrown Tomb? That makes it so I can't cast Seasoned Pyromancer easily, which just feels bad. I'm definitely going to get the card off of this. I guess the only 3 mana plays that I will have wished to have a total of 3 mana for are exactly Seasoned Pyromancer and Liliana. I think I'm going to risk it. If I draw exactly Liliana, I will have wished that I shocked this and popped it end step. But I'm going to get the Stomping Ground and just have it come in tapped. And then if I draw the Liliana, it's unfortunate. But it'll be good, but it'll be slightly awkward. That's a good one. Alright, so I'll Kroxa first, so whatever they discard, I can snag with the Nile Spellbomb. There goes the Swamp. Here's a Peatland. And then I think I am going to do it just right now, so they can't have priority when attempting to cast a Gurmag Angler. Plague Engineer, okay. And then fetch land next turn means I'm escaping Kroxa. They've got the push for it, though. In the shadow. They go in like 2 shadows here. Yeah. Brutal, brutal, brutal. They've got blue available. Alright, well, I'm gonna cast the thing that'll trade, probably. They need Revolt to get this out of the way. I guess it really doesn't matter what I name here. I guess I'll name Avatar, so that way the other shadow, the one that I'm not blocking, deals a point less. But I mean, if they have like Fetch Land or Dismember, I'm just dead, right? 14. Fetch Shock kills me. Teamer Battle Rage kills me. Bolt kills me. Shadow. Maelstrom Pulse. Maelstrom Pulse. Maelstrom Pulse. Maelstrom Pulse. Maelstrom Pulse. Damn. That'd have been sick. Alright, we're just dead. We're dead to the onboards. GG's. Wow, had we hit it though, how sick would that have been? That'd have been really cool. Never get the pulse, yeah. It would have been so sick there. Whew. That would have been the pulse of the century. The only reason the pulse is in the deck is so it can feel bad when you don't find it. Yeah, this is a keeper. I'll go Swamp on 1 to cast Thoughtseize, and then that can inform what I want to follow up with. Turn 1 Thoughtseize. What is this? This is a Storm, isn't it? This is that Storm card. So whenever they cast a spell, it makes a red that doesn't empty for the turn. This is a good hand versus Storm. I think I'm gonna go Ravine on 2. Do I even care about this, Bergie? It's just a worse reducer, right? I think Remand is just gonna be the most annoying card. Let's take that, because I don't want them remanding the Liliana the turn I'm trying to cast Liliana. Just doing this now, sure. This timing, I think, is bad, because if I have another Inquisition or Thoughtseize, I'll get access to whatever it is they're opting. Alright, I think I'm going to Ravine here, so that way I can Liliana on 3. I'll hold up Push in case they've drawn, like, a 2-mana reducer. Alright, so I guess I'm going to hope that they haven't found a Remand. This will get 2nd black, obviously. And then I guess I've got Seasoned Pyromancer in my hand, so Blood Crypt is better than Tomb. No Remand, please. Cool. Plus, and then I think I'm inclined to actually ditch the Pyromancer. Goyf is going to be a faster clock. I'm going to want the Push to deal with their stuff at instant speed. I could ditch Croxa. I kind of like that, actually, because then I have the option of escaping Croxa off of the fetch land. Yeah. Like, they've got so many cards in hand, discarding their worst one I don't think is going to be that good. And pass. Because, like, I'm not casting Croxa next turn almost no matter what, because I'm gonna play Glyph Hold Up Push. So it's like, if I'm not casting Croxa, when am I casting it? And the answer is I'm probably not. Bolt. Bolt's another good way to deal with something at instant speed. Also, this one doesn't require a revolt to kill the Burgie. So maybe I just discard the push now. Either way, I'm going to plus first, so the opponent is discarding without information. Yeah, I think I've convinced myself. And then I'll Glyph off of Swamp and Raging Ravine. There goes Past in Flames. Alright, I mean, I still think we're in danger of losing. The opponent could natural me here. Like, if they find, like, an Empty the Warren strategy, I could very easily die. Peatland. Alright, well, if I Seasoned Pyromancer, I can't actually hold any of my stuff up. But I mean, plussing enables me to get Croxa down. But if I play Croxa, I can't interact with the Burgie at instant speed, and I'm pretty sure I want to be able to interact with the Burgie at instant speed. So I think I'm gonna plus discard Pyromancer now, play land, hold up Bolt. And then next turn, I think I'm actually gonna ultimate the Liliana if I get there, just because it'll take the opponent off of 2 lands. And right now, mana does seem to be the bottleneck. So let's discard that. Serum Visions goes away. Alright, Jam. Yeah, I'll escape the Croxa next turn if I'm able to ultimate the Liliana. Gifts, yep. So they've got Pyretic Ritual, Burgie. Past in Flames cost 5 to escape. Or sorry, flashback. Basically escape. So the opponent's bottleneck here, it's not really mana, is it? Mox Amber. So it's 3 Rituals Baral. I think I am going to... What happens if I bin Baral and I bin Manamorphose? If they draw land, they can go Ritual, that's 5 mana sources. And then that's not enough to go off with Past in Flames. Like, if they play Burgie and I bolt it in response to the Mox Amber, they can Past in Flames but only have 1 mana left over, which isn't enough. So I think I should be bottoming... I think I should be yarding Baral and yarding just the thing that could draw them into another thing. Alright, so you have Desperate Ritual and Mox Amber. So here's the Burgie. They'll cast the Amber, and in response, I'll kill the Burgie. Yeah, they don't have the mana to Ritual in response because I didn't let this resolve yet. So now they'll make red, but Mox Amber doesn't actually produce mana. And now Liliana can ultimate and Stone Rain them twice. And now the bottleneck is mana. Alright, so Amber doesn't do anything, but if they draw a legendary creature, I want this pile to be at least the worst. So, is it like this? Probably. So if they keep the lands, they're deleting the Ember. Cool. Alright, and now we can Croxa. Actually, I should attack first, so Goyf is big. Then we can escape Croxa. And then I'll play the land, because then Ravine is a potential attacker. I'll leave the Planeswalker, leave the Seasoned Pyromancer. Cool. Yeah. Liliana and Goyf, best ways to beat Storm. Alright, so we don't know if they have access to the Empty the Warrens plan. But if they do, Plague Engineer will be great. Damping Sphere, let's think. Is that good versus Storm? Yes. Spellbomb is going to be good for deleting the graveyard. And then Brutality has additional ways to kill reducers and or take an important instant or sorcery also seems good. I mean, the whole deck is just very good. I'm going to take out the Kolaghan's commands. The 2 damage isn't going to kill a whole lot. Same with Brutality, but Brutality can take an instant or sorcery. Seasoned Pyromancer also seems a little awkward. I'm going to shave a Bloodbraid because I don't really want to be tapping out a whole lot. I'm going to keep the Pulse as an additional out to empty the Warrens. There's not much else that I want to cut. Like, I would love to cut another Bloodbraid, but I'm going kind of low on threats if I do. Actually, that's not technically true. That's usually true if I'm playing Ren and 6 over Bob, but I've got Bob, so I've got a lot of threats. Cut Decay. Decay's interesting, but I think I need to keep it because very often a sideboard plan is Aria of Flame, and I need to be able to kill that. Like, it'll also just kill a Reducer. So I think I would cut like a Fatal Push or a Bolt before I cut the Decay, just because of Aria. On the draw, it's possible I can shave a Liliana. In fact, I think I will, just because other stuff might be better on the draw. I do need 3 more cuts. Maybe like a Croxa, but that is maybe cutting a little too deep into my threat package. Maybe I cut a Fatal Push. Killing reducers on the draw is pretty important, but bolts are probably better because if they're playing the 3 mana dork, push doesn't affect that. Without Revolt, at least. So I need 2 more cuts. It's pretty close. No data points. It's a really good card. I'm going to assume they're putting it in there. Like, Storm has just sideboarded into it for the longest time. Yeah, I lost to it a couple days ago, but that was when Uro was still around. I have 24 seconds. Oh, this is rough. Let's cut 1 more Liliana on the draw, and then let's cut 1 more, not Bloodbraid. Yeah, Bloodbraid. We have a lot of threats at 2 mana. Hopefully, let's just, like, I have lots of disruption, and let's just hope I didn't over sideboard. I think I'm going to mulligan this. I'm missing a color, so like I need to draw lands to turn on Bloodbraid, and lands are bad draws with 4 already in the hand. This is good. I might just bottom a land, to be honest. Probably Blood Crypt. 2 lands casts everything, and all of my spells are good. The opponent doing this at sorcery speed is really strange. Wow, that's a good pickup. Gotta be afraid at least a little bit of Blood Moon. Ritual, Amber, Burgi. Well, rituals are gonna be pretty bad. I think I have to take either Burgi or Ritual. They got gifts as well, but Thoughtseize can take care of that. I guess let's just take the Burgi. Like, they could Ritual into another one if they draw one. But, I mean, I'm just going to slam Damping Sphere next turn. Again, I don't know why you're doing this at sorcery speed. I guess you get some F6 value. I guess finding more... Okay, I guess finding more cantrips makes sense. But, I mean, turn 1, I don't get it. top bottom. Plague Engineer not bad. Say yes. And playing Sphere now might cripple me a little bit, but it's going to be much worse for my opponent than it is for me. Let's just get it in play. Like, if I draw a land, I won't be able to, like, Kroxa and Thoughtseize, which I'm aware of. But I think I'm more than okay doing one thing at a time. Cool. I could also Thoughtseize and play Spellbomb, which is completely viable. In fact, I probably think I do. Thoughtseize, target you. They drew another Burgie. Probably just going to take the gifts, though. The rituals really aren't doing much. Play a land. Play a Spellbomb. Pretty good, pretty good. Another Spellbomb. Plague Engineer is a 2/2. It's gonna warn them that their Empty the Warrens backup plan isn't good. But I mean, I want to start attacking. This isn't a goblin, is it? That'd be funny. It's a god. Not like a human god or something? That's weird. Another one. Sure. I mean, I guess I'll play it just as another 2/2. I guess, like, if they bolt the first one, I'm going to want to have a backup thing on Goblin. It's going to be really hard for Empty to be good anyway, so maybe I should name something else. Like, Damping Sphere is making it harder. The first Plague Engineer is making it harder. So maybe there's, like, some other oddball name that I could be naming. Should I cycle this just to put cards in the yard for Kroxa? I need land for the Kroxa too, so I think I am just gonna lead on Kroxa just to get it into the yard. They're about to natural discard, so that's kind of funny. Oh, I guess they might natural discard anyway. Play. Say go. I don't know what the list is. They're playing Burgie and Mox Amber. I guess they're not playing Electromancer. Sure. You can't play Amber. It costs one more. Let's pop this. We've got backup Spellbomb. Maybe find a way to kill this Burgie. Like, Liliana, I think, would be best case. More lands, not exactly. Alright, my things have Death Touch. Let's attack. Alright, they do have Death Touch. Yes. That's why they trade up. Kroxa. Red. Oops. Let's tap the thing that only produces red. There's the Empty. So if I play Verdant Catacombs, I can hold up a Nihil Spellbomb activation. I think I want to. So yeah, we'll go Verdant, Spellbomb. And then this Damping Sphere should do pretty well against the Burgie, even though Burgie's making effectively 1 mana every turn. Yeah, you're not blocking, might as well attack. Makes sense to me. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and pop the Spellbomb now, because that's the 5th card for Kroxa. Goif, not bad. That doesn't quite kill Bergie. I guess I should do one or the other first and then attack. I kind of don't want to escape Croxa now. I can cast both of these spells. I think I want to just do this as a hedge. Maybe there's something ridiculous that I'm not thinking about that the opponent could cast to mess me up. Like if they end of turn repeal, for example. Like they'd have to do it in response and then I can replay the sphere. So I think brutality here is just correct. For a reason of repeal. Remand. Well, this mana doesn't empty. They still can't cast the repeal because repeal costs 3 if they're targeting sphere. So I think now I will just play the Tarmogoyf. This mana doesn't empty, so there's no point in waiting. I guess the point in waiting is if they've got like a bolt or something, they may decide to bolt a Plague Engineer if I haven't played something yet. So there's some equity to doing this first. Playing Goyf also leaves them dead to either engineer. And like we could brutality next turn as well. Like that hasn't changed. Sick, 2 and 2. Yeah, like if the timing on the drain doesn't matter, I think I'd rather just play the Goyf. Like they're not playing like sweepers, for example. Well, they could not have repealed anymore, so it was no longer necessary to brutality. But they only had 2 mana, and repeal costs 3. We're on the draw. This is really close, but I think I'm going to ship. If I don't hit the land, this hand's pretty bad. Same situation. I think I'm going to keep this one. We've got the Bob. If we actually end up hitting it, I'll ditch a Pyromancer. Really, really want to hit any fetch. Oh, it's Burn? Alright, this hand's not good versus Burn. We can kill the first thing. They didn't reveal Luris, though, which is curious. Could mean Blood Moon sideboard. Alright, definitely gonna kill this. You wanna cast spells? Oh, okay. Land, please. Eidolon? Ugh. And we missed. Alright, I think we're dead. Looking dead, looking dead. I mean, we're heavily disfavored to lose game 1 anyway, so it's not like super unfortunate, but it still sucks. We got the pulse. I mean, that's the fetch. That can get basic forest and can have us casting a decay. You did that a turn ago. Maybe if they have all lands somehow. Oh, they don't have all lands somehow, unfortunately. Although now I guess I decay the guide because I can still pulse both Eidolons. Blackleaf Cliffs? No, Croxa. Alright, so let's take 8, going to 8. And then try to spike the land. Even if we find pulse, we're going to 4. Not good. Boros Charm to the dome. No, okay. Okay. Stumbling on land, not a good way to beat burn. So I'm keeping one Thought Season, which I'm not excited about, but I think it's still better than all this other stuff. If I get it early, it's still gonna be usually gain 1 life and some info. It's probably better than just like a redraw. I could play Plague Engineer over it just as a 2/2 body, but I still think Thoughtseize is good. Like if I have it on the play and I take the opponent's Eidolon, that could be very good. Let's go first, please. With a keeper. A little awkward in that the forest doesn't cast Crocus. The one land in the deck that doesn't. But turn 1 Inquisition into turn 2 Tarmogoyf is a very, very promising start. We've got 3 lands, Guide, Eidolon, 2 Lightning Bolts. So if I take Eidolon, we'll have Sorcery, Creature, Enchantment in the yard. So if I play Goyf, I can block the Guide, but then they can bolt my Tarmogoyf. And I might need this Tarmogoyf to like actually win the game. I definitely think it's one of the creatures here. It's just a matter of which one. It's like no matter which one I take, the other is going to do at least 2 damage to me. So do I just take the more expensive thing, or do I take the cheaper thing? I think I'm going to take the Eidolon and then just plan on the Goyf stonewalling the Guide and then like really hope the opponent doesn't draw like a Searing Blaze. Give me that land. Cool. And the bolt. That might actually change it. Because now my Goyf doesn't have a chance of dying if they want to bolt it. But I mean, getting a Goyf down is pretty advantageous because I need to start clocking them back. So like maybe it's actually almost worth it to offer the 2-for-1. It's interesting. Like it's like the alternative line is Lightning Bolt the Guide, play Verdant Catacombs, have a swamp, a fetchable swamp available, and then like I can forest on the following turn to play Tarmogoyf. It's interesting. I can't fetch Basic Forest to add land to the yard, unfortunately. Instant is not yet in the yard. Like, if I could make the Goyf a 5/6, then I'm just slamming the Goyf, but I have to fetch Shock to do so, and I don't want to do that. Let's get the Goyf down. I really want to get the pressure down. I've got the option to not block. I think I just really need to get the pressure down so I can play like kind of a Delver type game where I just get my thing down and then just while I'm on the front foot, keep them on the back foot with my removal. All right, Inspiring Vantage was the new pickup. They suspended a Rift Bolt. All right, no attack. All right, so with no attack here, it makes playing Tarmogoyf look really good. Swamp. Well, Swamp will help cast Croxa eventually, but a land is not super welcome at the moment. Alright, so killing this now adds instant. I'm going to use push because bolts might go to face in a pinch. I think I want to play the swamp though, because then I can have the other removal spell up without losing life, getting my lands into play. So we'll play swamp, cast lightning bolt targeting Goblin Guide. And just have a bolt available. Bolt me, okay. So they're not planning on comboing 2 spells to kill this Goyf unless they've got another one. So their hand is 2 Canyons, a Mystery, and whatever they draw. So Spirit, so I've got a bolt for that. Unless they've got 2 instant speed spells, we'll be fine, and we know they don't because we know 1 card is a Canyon. Rift Bolt, alright. Push, not bad. So if I play Verdant Catacombs, I'll have the option of paying 1 life to to push something on top of casting Croxa, which I think is what I want to happen. This is gonna hit the opponent for 3. We know they have to discard a Canyon. And then if I end up pushing something here, I have the option of shocking in to escape the Croxa, because push and Verdant Catacombs are cards 5 and 6 in the yard. Feeling pretty safe from 7. And I might just not fetch, because then I'm dead to two burn spells. Rest in peace? No. That answers both of my things. That's ridiculous. That was good. I guess Blood Crypt now means I can cast Seasoned Pyromancer if I draw it. That was a really good draw from the opponent. Yikes. Goyf's a goat. Lands. Alright, land go. Yikes, yikes, yikes. I think that Rest in Peace might do it. Goat. 0-1. Eidolon. I mean, I guess one of my best draws, I still have Bloodbraid, I still have Huntmaster. All of these things would be acceptable. Nothing is going to cost more than 4 though, so I can hold the push for the info. I need to find Huntmaster Bloodbraid. Alright, you'll take your 2. Liliana on top. Kill this one, so that when I cast Liliana to kill the guide, I'm not taking more life than I have to. Bummer. Alright, yeah. We're not winning this, I don't think. We have to get extremely lucky. I'll keep the land in hand in case we want to escalate a Collective Brutality. Alright, so we're in the get very lucky stage of the game. That's lucky. Alright, we're at 1. Can we Bloodbraid into a bolt? Bloodbraid into a bolt, please. Holigon's command. Alright, well, I can draw step that. I definitely need to plus the Liliana. So if the opponent draws Eidolon, it no longer kills me. Alright, then we'll draw step this. So if they draw a hasty creature or a sorcery speed spell, it doesn't kill us immediately. Inspiring Vantage. Do it again. It's gonna be down to the wire. Sunbaked Canyon. That was a redraw. Come on. Now Bloodbraid's just lethal. Yes! That's lucky. That's lucky. 2-2-2. 3 turns in a row. Did not think I was winning that. Got chills. Ugh. Whew. Better lucky than good? Yeah, sometimes. Most of the time, better both, right? Jeez. Just 2 every turn. Whew. Ugh. It cracked my neck after that one. Wow. I mean, I don't really want to change anything. Cleansing Wildfire is funny in that if they only have one white source, you can maybe put them off of it. That seems too cute. Like, Thoughtseize is probably just better more often than that. We're on the draw. Yeah, burned out the player, for real. Burned out the burner. Yeah. If this hand finds green source, it can be very excellent. Brutality on 2 is one of the better starts we can have. Ideally, find like a bolt or a push. Just give me the green source. No? Croaks on top? Alright, so their 1 mana play is going to deal 4, which is unfortunate. Take that off. Come on, give me that land. Give me that sweet land. Inquisition. I wish I had that a turn ago. I'm still going to Brutality here. No Eidolon, no Eidolon, no Eidolon. Crap. Alright, well, I gotta kill that. Inquisition, yeah. 3-mode it. You. I guess I can ditch second Liliana, Croxa. Like, I need the Glyph. So let's ditch Croxa. Yep. I'll be at 16 after the Brutality resolves. Just more Eidolons and some lands. Disgusting. Eidolon. Yeah, double Eidolon's gonna be rough. Land! Liliana. Alright, we're dead. We're very dead. My Brutality. I can't even Inquisition here. Yeah, we're just dead now. I needed to hit the land. Didn't do it. I mean, we knew that going into the hand. Roiling Vortex. That's like so people can't gain life. Land. No, okay, we're dead. Right? I mean, we're drawing Bolt. We can Bolt, Eidolon, Inquisition. But like if they've got something, they had to just cast it probably. Or they'll just respond. Yeah, we're dead. Very, very dead. We're dead to the Roiling Vortex. Alright, so a little unlucky. We got real lucky game 2 though. That was a pretty cool win. Alright, so this particular list is a combined 6 and 4 now. So like not amazing, but respectable. So I guess as a quick wrap up / summary for purposes of the recording, all in all, the deck felt pretty good still. Had a few unfortunate losses, but I don't think anything due to any drastic misplays. Cards that continue to overperform. Kroxa continues to overperform. Dark Confidant continues to overperform. Tarmogoyf hasn't overperformed, but it's been better than it has been in the past. I think I'm still happy with the 3-push, 3-bolt split. We played against a few Shadow decks where we were happy to have the extra push. The 4-2 split on Inquisition Thoughtseize also still feels fine. Entirely possible that we could be going down to 5 hand disruption spells. There's not a super high amount of combo right now, and Inquisition Thoughtseize tends to be best versus those. Very often versus mid-range control, I end up taking out some number of Inquisitions and Thoughtseizes, so maybe just taking one out pre-board gets me a couple percentage points there. The Decay has been fine, the Pulse has been fine, as they tend to be. They're just versatile removal spells. The Kolaghan's commands have been very, very good. The Seasoned Pyromancers, I think, have probably been, out of everything in the main deck, the lowest performing card. It's a fine, like, I guess, air quotes, card advantage piece, but it's not an engine in its own like Liliana and Dark Confidant are. Like, these will do something every turn they stick around, but when Seasoned Pyromancer is kind of a one and done, and on top of it being a one and done, it doesn't actually interact with the board in a meaningful way other than just like adding bodies. Like, Liliana can kill something, so like in that way Liliana impacts the board, whereas Seasoned Pyromancer does not. That's kind of what I mean by that. So I mean, it's interesting that Pyromancer so far has seemed to be the weakest link. The sideboard has felt pretty fine. The card that I've brought in the least has probably been a tie between Cleansing Wildfire and Plague Engineer. But we've brought in Plague Engineer actually a good amount, so I guess it's Cleansing Wildfire. But Wildfire, I think, is probably still good enough to play. It's some of the best land hate that I've got access to. Combining it with Damping Sphere is like 5 pieces of land hate, which I think is a pretty fine number. Like, obviously, Damping Sphere can be good in places where we don't need land hate, i.e. Storm. We saw that this league. So I still think the sideboard is probably fine. The meta is still pretty wide open. So I think having a little bit of everything in terms of we have graveyard hate, we have big mana hate, we've got mid-range hate, we've got grindy pieces, we've got a little bit of everything in the sideboard. Until the field narrows down, it's going to be kind of hard to tell what I want more of and what I want less of. So like in the interim, I think the sideboard's probably just fine. And so yeah, I think overall, I guess like the overall summary is that everything felt fine to fine plus. I think John's probably pretty well positioned. I think it might get even more well positioned once the meta further defines itself and the deck can be more tuned to what we expect to see. So that's gonna be it for this recording. Thanks all for tuning in. I am going to stay live after I end the recording, but for purposes of the YouTube, if you're watching it here on YouTube, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and until next time, Jund 'em out.